Howdy y'all, Aldrich here. Welcome back to another episode of Expedition 33. I love y'all. We're going to keep going with this series. I'm not too sure when we're going to be finished with this game because we're on Act 2. I'm not sure how many acts there are in this game, but I mean, we'll see. I'm not pressed. It's an amazing game. It's an amazing game. Honestly, it has to be at least in the top 5 for Game of the Year for 2025, like easily. This game is absolutely phenomenal. At the end of the game, I'm going to do a full review. I love y'all. Y'all are the best audience in the world. Thank you so much for tuning in every day. It means the world to me, y'all. Seriously, I love y'all. Thank you so much. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a post. And without further ado, y'all, let's do it.
Welcome, my friends, to Old Lumiere.
Is anyone still here?
Just Nevrons.
So this is where our piece of Lumiere used to be. Before the fracture ripped apart the world and threw us into the sea.
We're lucky it did. That's probably the only reason we survived.
The heart of the paintress is in the center. Let's go.
We'll need a way forward.
The heart is in the center of the city. All right? Show off a bit, Minoko.
Just admit you can't do it yourself.
Minoko! Why the hell did you...
Sorry, I fucked up. I just wanted to show off.
We just have to regroup. The others should be fine. Verso said the heart is in the center of Old Lumiere, right?
Right. Okay, Minoko, stop crying. We have to move.
Yes, sorry. sins. I beg your forgiveness for landing us in this quagmire.
It's okay, Minoko. Let's move on, shall we? How exactly did our piece of Lumiere end up on an island when the rest of the city is here?
One of the great mysteries. I wish we had more time. There's so much to study here. Ready to evade.
Careful now. Eyes up, Minako.
A storm is coming.
It likes you.
So, Minoko, what was life like before the fracture?
The world was smaller and cozier, livelier. There were many more of us Gestrels back then. The fracture tore our villages apart. Only a fraction of a fraction survived. Our forests are filled with Gestrels awaiting rebirth.
Well, well.
Overflowing with energy.
Careful now. Interesting. Doesn't that look like one of Eskier's stones?
Oh, yeah.
Let's bring him a gift. I was surprised you agreed so readily to Verso's plans.
He seems to be our best bet for now. We lack too much information.
Do you trust him?
I trust that he wants to reach the Paintress, so for now, our interests are aligned.
He has been helpful. Still, I have this feeling he's hiding something.
Minoko, how did you meet Verso?
I don't really remember. I feel like I've always known Verso.
You mentioned traveling with other expeditions.
Quite a few.
How many? What happened to them?
What happened to them?
Maybe ask Verso when we find him.
Yeah, okay. Finding them comes first. Any idea what this is?
I'm afraid not. This is my first time here as well.
They were the ones that Verso was traveling with.
I believe so. They made it surprisingly far. An axon. Interesting. Verso is... Is this true?
Mael's with him.
We need to go. Now!
Verso would never harm her.
Can you stand? Minoko gets a bit carried away sometimes.
My back hurts, but I'm fine.
Good. The others are probably heading towards the center of the city. We'll rejoin them there.
Feels like home.
Yeah. Feels like home. You okay?
Minoko fits well in the disaster expedition, eh?
Yeah. It does. After you.
Speaking of home, where do you live in Lumiere?
Above a bakery near the center. Angelique's Boulangerie. if it's still there.
It's called Mathilde's now. When this is over, you should go and visit.
Not impressed. I never said there was treasure. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Let's have some fun.
We're a pretty good team. Verso? Verso? Putain. Where did he go? So, where did you go? I need to find Lune and Ciel, quickly.
Melanie, 5th of February. The Brigadiers are overdue from their mission to the monolith, and we've lost half our remaining fighting strength to these creatures and their relentless assault. All adults have taken up arms, but I'm a bookkeeper. What am I supposed to do? Count them before they slaughter us? We've hidden the children. At least they're warm and dry in the cellars, but rations are running low. Things are calmer now at the hospital, but that's because most die before we can get to them. I guess I'm living out of pure stubbornness at this point. Survival isn't really survival anymore. Everyone's so quiet lately. Afraid we'll draw attention. Sometimes I talk to myself just to hear another human voice. Trevor, you promised I could die before you. You promised.
spill some ink. Think I'm close. This manner's intact. Why does it feel so familiar? I know this place.
I knew you'd open the door for her.
Really, Verso? This was your plan.
No, you don't get to lecture me on family.
Why do you refuse to see I am doing this for us? Yet you insist on rushing toward death. You're trying to stop the wrong cycle.
You're doing this for yourself.
Of course. It's easier for you to think that, isn't it? Easier to betray us if I'm the villain.
So move. I'm gonna fucking kill him.
You haven't told her the truth, have you, son?
Sorry we're late. We were busy doing a bit of reading. Were you planning on sharing that this man, the man who murdered our team, is your father?
Family is not my favorite topic. Right, can we talk about this later? I'd really like for you all to survive this.
Force to his blood.
Maybe that's Chroma's flowing.
She won't help you this time.
I'm not angry. I'm disappointed.
Let's carve a path. This will happen.
Well.
You should be fighting by my side.
Chroma is flowing. Ready to obey.
They can't improvise.
Like a phoenix. Swiftly now. Careful now.
I'll manage.
I'll use you now.
Not impressed. Last-ditch effort. Last-ditch effort. Oh well. Bring it on. Everyone all right? Lurker.
Tell me your name.
Where did it go? No. Alicia. Fuck!
Sorry. Thank you, mon ami.
Care to explain? Your father.
I don't think of him as my father anymore.
Still, why didn't you just tell us?
Because it's private. And it's painful and it's none of your business. I cut ties with him decades ago.
Lying by omission is still lying.
I've told you everything you need to know.
I'd rather make that determination for myself.
I think we can all understand where each other's coming from, right? He hasn't steered us wrong yet. But we're a team now. And we won't get very far if we don't trust each other.
Family's complicated.
Old friend, you've traveled nights, spinning in circles, your blind eyes on the dial, stripping off.
The stories say that Gestrels reincarnate. Is that true? Can you bring Noko back?
Partially. We can bring Noko back to life. not all of Noko will return. It will be a different Noko. The one you knew is gone.
I'm so very sorry, my friend. And all for naught. The Patriot's heart was in that manor, and now it's gone. We have no way to access the monolith.
Expedition 58 seemed to think you knew another way.
What?
We found 58 and their journals.
So that's how you... I wasn't hiding it. If that's what you're implying. It's a dead end.
Wait, what are you talking about?
There's someone else who can help us. Excuse me. Is it true? Can you make a weapon that can pierce the barrier? Do you need something from the Axons? Do you need their hearts?
Look, to create this weapon, he needs enormous amounts of pure chroma, which is way beyond what we can get from Nevrons. The only source are Axons, yes. Like I said, that's a dead end, it's impossible.
Why? What are Axons?
They're massive creatures living on islands around the monolith. They're much stronger and much more dangerous than Nevrons. I can't die, and I still couldn't take them down.
Yet we found the corpse of one in Old Lumiere, so it's possible.
I don't know how that one died. But I'm telling you, listen to me, please. Our chances of taking them down without you lot dying are close to zero.
Close, but not zero. Death is coming either way. And as expeditioners, if we die fighting.
Wonderful pep talk.
I know.
All right, if we're going to fight the Axons, then let's be smart about it.
What do you mean?
I've had a few rough encounters with the Axons. There are 3 located on islands around the monolith, and we need at least 2 hearts to get enough chroma. One lives on a mountain too high for us to reach, so that one's out. We should start with the one to the west of the monolith. It's already been weakened by previous expeditions, right?
Yeah, good idea. Maximize our chances.
Or we embrace the challenge and pick the one in the east.
I like your spirit.
Thank you.
Did you listen to what I just said?
So, the masked person with Renoir, that's your sister? Not a hard leap to make.
Her name's Alicia.
What's wrong with her? She wears a mask all the time, she never talks, and she's always staring.
She was trapped in a fire a long time ago. Damaged her face and her throat, so, yeah.
Why did they come to see me?
I don't know. That surprised me when he told me. She helped me before. I thought she'd help me again, but it seems she's chosen a different side. Family is complicated, right?
Yeah.
Do you want the armband back?
What?
I feel like a fraud wearing it, given, you know.
Wear it anyway. You said you chose your side, right?
I did. You're not upset with me.
Strangely, no. I hate secrets, but Gustav always gave people the benefit of the doubt. And your actions are what matters. I trust you.
Thanks. I'm sorry, mon vieux. We'll bring Noko back.
I know.
I'm ready. Just say the word.
When the time is right. After we've settled this.
Polishing your collection of nav legs?
Yes. Aren't they beautiful?
Beautiful is a word that one could use.
Your lack of enthusiasm is disappointing.
Why do you need to polish them anyway?
A warrior must be prepared for battle. And battle is just as much mental as physical.
Mental, eh?
Imagine you're a Nevron and you see me charging toward you, brandishing the well-polished and gleaming leg of one of your brethren. Think of the intimidation.
True. I wouldn't want to battle anyone who's using your hairy foot as a club. For the smell of the intimidation.
And then I transform into one of them. Ha! Intimidation and confusion. From that alone, the battle is already won. The rest is mere cleanup.
Funny. Doesn't seem to work for you against stalactites, does it?
Stalacts are too stupid to realize they should be intimidated and confused.
Right. Definitely not because you're afraid of them.
Ha! Me? I fear no Nevron. Least of all a stalact.
Perfect. In that case, want to go intimidate some stalacts? We've got some time to kill.
Yes. Well, that would definitely be quite exhilarating. But maybe later. I really need to finish polishing all these legs. I've still got 20 more to go.
I've missed you. Alright then. Come on, move over and hand me an extra cloth. Let's get these legs shining so bright they blind our enemies and send them screaming. whiskey.
I'm stinking mad.
About Noko.
That was mean. I thought he cared. Renoir's not being Renoir.
He's not. I know, buddy. I'm mad too.
That armband looks nice.
Yeah, I guess it's official. We're part of the disaster expedition now. Are you jealous?
I'm doing all the hard work. Where's my armband?
So, you want an armband too?
Maybe.
You barely have arms.
Not true. Anyway, I want a headband.
Your head is humongous. You're gonna need so much cloth.
I have a big brain.
All right, Monsieur Big Brain. I'll see what I can do. You better not lose this like your stones.
I shall treasure this forever.
All right, y'all. I'm going to end this episode right here. Thank y'all so much for all the love and support. Y'all are the best audience in the world. Y'all are absolute legends. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a post. I'm going to get started working on the next one, and I will see y'all in a sec. Love y'all.